Hey, how you doing? This is Stefan Kufos with Coker Early and Associates. I just want to talk to you a little bit about the real estate market in Salem, New Hampshire. A lot of people have been coming up to me and asking me what's going on with COVID and how it's affected the real estate market and where we're going obviously where we've been and how it's affecting the real estate market moving forward. So what I want to do is I want to take a look at the months of April, May, and June and see, because that was the onset of COVID. COVID really affected our market starting in, I'd say, by the middle of March. But then the effects of COVID, they didn't hit us right in March because it needed time to show us what it did, and it didn't show us what it did until April, May, and perhaps June. And then July being one of those months when, in my career, I've never really recommended anybody list their home in the month of July, simply because it's a month when a lot of people go away and they're just not here and focused on buying real estate. They're more focused on enjoying the summer and perhaps coming back from vacation in middle of August or beginning to middle of August. They start looking at homes again to see where they're going to put their families and what school districts they're going to be in and so on and so forth. So July has never been a strong month. So what we're going to do here is we're going to compare 2019 to 2020. And so this is what I was able to take a look at and provide for you. In 2019, in the months of April, May, and June, we had 157 homes hit the market. So out of 157 homes that hit the market April, May, and June of 2019, within those 3 months, I'm talking July 1st is the cutoff date, right? We had 100 of those homes go under agreement. So that's pretty good. That's 64% of whatever went into the market got absorbed. Okay. So, but what it's also telling you is that it's about 33 homes per month on average that are being sold, right? If 100 of them in 3 months are being sold. So then we fast forward to 2020 to see how the real estate market is comparing to 2019. We had a reduction in listings. The listings were only 119. That's a 25% drop. Okay. 75% was the current inventory. Of those, 101 of them went under agreement, which means they went under agreement at a greater rate, right? Because there were fewer homes on the market and just about the same number of homes went under agreement. So that was an 85% absorption into the market. So what we saw at that point was 64% last year and 85% this year. And this year we had only 75% of the inventory. So that's very powerful. What it's showing us is that the buyers are out there, and the buyers are out there for various reasons. One is there's a housing shortage. New construction isn't keeping up with the demand. That's number one. Number two, the interest rates are extremely low. You could probably get a 30-year fix now for just under 3%, which is like free money, right? Even if you're a cash buyer. Why would you pay cash? Why wouldn't you take a 3% loan and then take your $400,000 or $500,000 and invest it somewhere else and make 8, 10, 12% rate of return? It makes no sense to not borrow the money. It's so cheap, right? So really that's what's going on in the market. It's really great. And the reason why we don't have so many listings hitting the market, best we could tell, is that a lot of people were unsure of what COVID was going to do. And they just wanted to stay home and ride it out and see what's happening. The other thing is the inventory was so low to begin with. A lot of folks were plagued with the fact that if they did sell their home and it did go under agreement, that they might at that point not be able to find something to purchase and move into. And thirdly, it's COVID related again, is, with this pandemic going on, a lot of buyers had no problem putting on face masks and gloves and walking into a stranger's home to see if they want to buy it. But a lot of home sellers were concerned. They would say, well, geez, Stefan, this is where my kids play and they touch all the surfaces. And you mean to tell me in this hot market, we're going to have 30 people come through an open house or all these showings, and, what are they going to be touching, and how are we going to disinfect, and, what's going on with that? So for those reasons, that's why the market is doing what it's doing. But so interestingly enough, last year in 2019, in April, May, and June, all the homes that went on the market, they were priced on average just under $400,000. They were $399,000 and change. And this year, all the homes that were listed in April, May, and June, their average price was just shy of $454,000. That's an increase in 14% in pricing for this year over last year. Now, that's provided it was all the same magnitude of home that was going on the market, because it could just be that this year we had more $600,000 homes hit the market. Last year we had more $300,000 homes hit the market. So it pushed it up. But it's not just that. It's also the supply and demand is driving the prices up. I have a couple of specific examples in Salem. One was just around the $400,000 mark, and one was right around the $500,000 mark. And we did a market analysis that we thought was really, spot on fair. Okay, and the prices came in. The purchase price came not spot on fair. We went a little bit on the higher side of fair because we knew that the market is so hot that we could probably push it a little bit. But the excitement of the market drove those prices even higher. So when we had a list price of $380, we ended up with $405. When we had a list price of $480, we ended up with $515. Okay, so the excitement of the market is definitely driving it up. So that's one thing to watch out for, though. You can't price too high, because once you price too high, you lose the attention of the market. So you don't want to chase the market down. You don't want to be priced so high that you're accepting lower offers, and maybe you're lucky enough to only get one. What you want to do is you want to be fair, a tad higher. The market warrants that. And then what we do is we drive enough traffic coming through your home to get enough interest where there's a sense of competition, and somebody will say, you know what, I've lost out on the last 4 or 5 homes I've put an offer in on. I need to get this one, and I'm going to offer even more. Well, it's not really worth that much. The buyer's agent might say, well, Mr. Mrs. Buyer, I know you want to offer that much, but I don't see that being the value. And a direct quote to me from some of my buyers is, that's okay. We're okay with that. We want to offer more because this is where we see our family going. And not for nothing, if the market keeps going at the rate that it's going, next year, if it's up another 10% or 12% or something like that, even 5%, you'll probably compensate for the higher price that you might be paying now. So, it's all about what you want to do as the consumer, right? All we can do is give you the information and help guide you. So now, let's fast forward to July. July historically hasn't been a very busy month, all right? But for this year, the month of July, we had 32 homes hit the market. And out of the 32 homes that hit the market in Salem, New Hampshire, right, 29 of those homes went under agreement. That's 91%. That's amazing, right? It's utterly amazing. So the average price in July was a little bit higher, from $453 in April, May, and June. We jumped up to $486 in July, which is 17% over last year. Again, we can't say that the prices went up 30 grand on average in a month, or April, May, and June to July. Again, it's a more expensive inventory that hit the market to help drive that price up. But the reality is that's what it is. What's more interesting to me is I'm looking at the inventory in Salem, right? In Salem right now, it has somewhere, on any given day it's going to bounce, right? But it has somewhere between 10 and 15 active listings on the market. Now, if you back out the subdivisions, there's a couple of subdivisions that, they'll put homes on the market, but they're not homes that are ready to be purchased today. They're homes that they're hoping you might want to buy and build in the future and might close 6 or 12 months from now. So if we take those out, because those aren't homes that you can just move right into, we're going to be left with somewhere between 6 and 10 homes on the market. That's just nuts. I mean, there's just no inventory. Like I said, in April, May, and June, out of 119 listings, 101 of them went under agreement. So that's 33, 34 homes in a month, right? And then in July, we had 32 listings and 29 of them went under agreement. So again, that's right around 30 homes a month is what Salem, New Hampshire is selling and absorbing. And right now, the inventories are so low, so low. So if you're thinking of selling, it's definitely worth a conversation. I think if there's no obligation, there's never a cost. But if you're thinking of selling, I think you should call a real estate professional. I always hope it's me. I do a lot of work in Salem. A lot of people know me around town. I think I do a very nice job moving properties, pricing them properly. The idea with pricing a property, you have to be careful. You can talk to realtors and they're going to brag, right? They're going to say, oh, I got so much more. I got $70,000 over ask and I had 23 offers. That's horrible. That's not a good sign. When somebody tells you they got that much more money, I mean, it can happen once in a while. But when a real estate agent tells you that they got that many offers and that much more money, then it just means that it wasn't priced correctly to begin with. The best offers usually come in when you can have, I'd say 3 to 5 offers. 5's a little bit high. I like 3. But if you get somewhere between 3 and 5 offers, now you have options, you have choices, you have, you priced it right because 8 million people don't want to buy your house. All right, that means it was just priced too low. What you're doing is you're finding people that really appreciate the qualities of your home, really understand what the values are, understand that it's priced, strong, but are willing to pay a little bit more because they've just been missing out. Because who wants to compete against 23 other offers? It's just insane. And they can say, geez, it's on the top end of where it should be, but I'm going to give them a little bit more because I want it. To me, that's a great offer. It means we did our job. My job isn't just to do some paperwork, throw it on the computer, and just have somebody say, okay, I'll buy it. Here's tons and tons of money more than what you were asking for. I did no work. I didn't service you properly. Again, my objective is to come in with a really great market analysis. I'll give you your low range, your high range, and there's different motivations of why we might want to go on either side of that range. But at the end of the day, it's your home, it's your asset. We do what you want to do. I just give you my opinion. You give me my marching orders, and I get the job done for you how you want it done. So more or less, that's how I see the real estate market. I think August is going to be a blockbuster month. A lot of people that did take the time to enjoy the summer, kids are going to college, school's starting back up. They're done trying to enjoy a month due to COVID not letting them enjoy the previous 2 or 3 months, right? So I think we're going to see a lot of activity in August, provided we have the sellers, right? We have the buyers, we have tons of buyers. They're looking. We need the listings. So if you're thinking of putting your home on your market, you want to see what it's worth, I think you're going to be surprised because the prices are getting very strong. And the past few that I've sold, my market analysis came in much higher than what the sellers expected. And on top of that, the offers came in even a tad higher than that. So at the end of the day, that's where we're at. If I can help you in any way, I'd love to do so. My name's Stefan Kufos. I'm a broker with Coker Early & Associates. I live right in Salem, New Hampshire. I've been a resident there for 20 years. I've owned local businesses in town. And this real estate thing is my passion. I love it, and I'd love to be able to help you and your family do what you need to do. My phone number is 978-758-3688. You can either give me a call, or if you want, you can leave me a message on this ad, and I'll be happy to reach out to you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.